My name is Elina. I am a junior programmer this year at Imagine. I work on short film programs. I love fantastic fiction because it's just such a opportunity to be lost in any world you can ever imagine, because there's just so much movies, books, series, people come up with all kinds of stuff that you would never think could ever exist. And fantastic fiction is just something that you can completely let loose yourself in. My complete basic bitch answer would be the Middle Earth, because it's just, you know, the Lord of the Rings, there's the woods, there's the Hobbiton, there's the Mordor, there's the mines, there's just anything you could ever imagine. I would love to just explore all of it. If I could venture into the video game territory, maybe Hyrule from The Legend of Zelda, which now that I think of is very similar to the Middle Earth. But you know, it's just give me fields, mountains, maybe a dragon somewhere up there, and I'm in. My favorite genre is 100% horror. I think there's so many ways to make it inventive, there's so many ways to make it scary, and then there's, you know, the elevated horror, then there's the slashers, there's just so much going on there. If I had to pick my favorite subgenre of horror, that would probably be the slasher, because you can make it fun, you can make it smart, you can make it creative. Yeah, I think horror is just endless, and it explores so many themes. It goes from whatever people are afraid of, you know, in the time when the movie is made, and then you can just go through the entire human history of the previous century and learn everything through horror. My favorite scary movie is a very, very loaded question because I've seen many. I think that currently my favorite scary movie is Exorcist III. I haven't met many people who've seen it, and I think it's a movie that everybody should watch, because after Exorcist II's complete flop and notoriety as a really, really bad movie, I think that Exorcist III is really underlooked, and it's more like a police drama, thriller, detective, and then there's also the possession part. And then there's also, obviously, not to spoil anything, but the most famous jump scare of all time, the most effective jump scare of all time. So if you've not seen Exorcist III, that should be on the top of your list. My favorite genre movie character is a really, really loaded question. Maybe I don't think it's a spoiler, but I'm still not gonna name any names, but the ghost face from the first Scream, because once you get to the reveal in the end, and the first time you watch it, your mind is blown, and I think it's so masterfully made. And the scene in the end where the main character is fighting off Ghostface and their dynamic, I think it would make it my favorite scary movie character. My favorite genre movie quote. Alright, I have multiples. I have Scream is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I think that Stu saying, "Peer pressure, I'm far too sensitive," is one of the most amazing, funny deliveries of any line in a horror movie. I cannot overlook the Toni Collette monologue in Hereditary with "Don't you yell at me, you little shit." I think it's top-notch acting. If I were to go serious, I would say that it's the line from The Lord of the Rings about how we can't really pick the time that we live in, but we should do our best to make it in the time that's given to us. I'm not quoting it directly, it's not here anymore. But I think that it really, when I read it for the first time, it really kind of gave me this sense of comfort and sense of security in what I'm doing today. I don't know why, but for some reason the first thing that popped into my mind was the Omnitrix from Ben 10 series. You know, I don't know if people have seen it or if it's just my generation that was really into that show when we were 12 years old. but it's a watch that this boy finds that I think it came from space or something, and then he can choose to become a different alien. And then there's like a very small alien, and he's very smart. And then there's a huge alien, and there's an alien made of fire. And I feel like in my life, it will be something that I could really, really work with very well.